Okay, Anther cheered the Bloody Point, another Gloria Victis video. In this one, I'm going to demonstrate the new upgrade system, the mechanics involved for upgrading the various holdings that you can have, the forts, keeps, and castles. We're going to port over to Lord's Wrath Abbey, and hopefully there'll be something there that we can upgrade. The way the system previously worked is you had the materials in your inventory or in your bank, and then you just walked up to the asset, accessed the architecture table, it generated the scaffolding for the upgrade, and you inputted the resources. That resulted, however, in the ability for players to, have a large number of resources accumulated and just upgrade everything immediately at the same time. The new system is somewhat different in that it kind of gates the upgrades through a new mechanic where you have to pick up the resources from a table such as this one and then bring them to the build location, and the table will refill over time. So there's a limit to how fast you can do it, even if multiple people are doing the upgrades. It's possible everything here is already upgraded. I will access the architecture table in a moment, but I'm just looking for the siege NPC, which is around here somewhere. No. There we go, siege engineer. So you can carry the resources manually, or you can use these different items, the wheelbarrow, the transport wagon. This one allows you to carry 4, this one's 7, and I don't know about the next 2. These are tied to the logistics skill. So if I look at the logistics skill, it's not that one. You'll see that you have to unlock the ability to use the more advanced transportation devices or vehicles by using the previous ones. You can also repair them to gain skill. So what we'll do first, I think this is fully upgraded, in fact, or at least upgraded to the point that is good enough for this location. Let's see, what else do we own? Let me just go back up to the bastion. So the source of the materials, the raw materials, is at what's called the bastion, which is the main fortified structure and where the capture occurs. So as you can see, the flag is up there. Let's just go have a look and see if there's anything left to be upgraded. I doubt it. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so this is the interface, and you can see the orientation is like this, and it looks like, oh, interesting, that's only 1. This is 3. So I recommend upgrading the towers, because that will give them ballista where they might otherwise not have them. So we're going to do this one and this one. This one doesn't have, this one is already upgraded, this one is already 2, this one, and I believe that's it. Okay, so these corners here, so we're going to be going from here down to here and upgrading these 3. Each of these requires 2 wood and 1 mortar, so that's 6 wood and 3 mortar, which means we're going to need to take at least 2 trips. Let's go back down there. Now it's important to always close the doors behind you especially if there are hostiles in the area or it's an asset on the front line that's being actively fought over. That's not the case here, so I don't really have to worry about it too much, but it's a good habit to get into. So I currently have the wheelbarrow unlocked, so if you see, if I try to unlock the higher one or replace the higher one, I don't have sufficient logistics. Okay, so the wheelbarrow. I wonder if you can do this. This is actually cheating. I didn't think about this. So instead of driving it all the way up here, I can just place it here. I suppose I could have conceivably left the door open. And the reason that's important is because when you interact with the door, you stop dragging the wagon. So yeah, I guess the way to do it, really, to be efficient, is to leave the door open, come and place it here, because you'll move more quickly. So that's a little tip, something I just discovered. So we're going to do the wood first. Remember, we need 6, and I can carry 7, but I still have to wait for it to fill up. And the rate of it refilling is tied to the size of the fortification. This one here is not as big as some of the others. So for example, the castle fills up quite quickly. This one not so much. I don't know what the rate is specifically. I guess we'll find out. It's good data, so we're gonna wait and see how long it takes. Of course, I need to keep my eyes on it, so I can't go anywhere else. Was that in the guild channel? Could have swore that was the alliance channel. Oh, I guess technically I haven't used this channel before. Is that the number of people in the channel? Oh no, that's the minute. Right. Okay, so it's not respawning, so that's interesting. I don't know if there's a way to speed that up. Fulfill the Bastion's needs to get more materials. So I think by building, it will refill it. So yeah, that's gated as well then, if that's the case. Let's give that a try. Whoops. Now, unfortunately, I had recorded some really good footage that got ruined, which I wasn't able to use, but essentially I was prepping a fortification by upgrading it before people were attacking it. In fact, they started attacking it before I was done, which causes the upgrade to be unable to be completed. I think I'm going the wrong way here. Yeah, we want to go this way. Essentially, if a player goes too close to or hits a wall with siege, or a torch, etc., it will cause it to go into conflict, and putting the upgrades on pause for 3 minutes. You can't do anything for 3 minutes. And there was a person who just kept, you know, every 3 minutes consistently they were coming to put it back into conflict and stop the upgrade process. So eventually I had to go out and kill them, and then they were sieging the gate and we had to stop them. We're able to do so. Oh yeah, none of this is upgraded. Wow. And so they could like take this gate down much more easily than the others. Of course, there is still the central part that's upgraded, but Alright, so what I'm looking for is the corner tower. Which is going to be off here. But this gate should be upgraded, because this is really easy. You don't even need siege to upgrade that. You can take an axe and take that door down. Alright, so this is the corner. By upgrading this corner, it will allow the use of ballista, which can be used to attack people and of course siege engines. That's very important. Alright, so even though I have the large cart, I can only transport 2 wood at a time, because that's the most that the resource table is producing. Okay, so now we need mortar. So even if the bastion points haven't accumulated sufficiently to spawn more wood, I can bring the mortar down and finish that corner. Like if I were the enemy and I want to take this place, that's definitely the way to go, through that weak door. Come up in here. There aren't as many guards either. I see all tradespeople. Whereas the other entrance has more guards. Now these guards are strong, but there is only one of them. So definitely a much easier point of attack than the other gate, which is something when you're attacking you want to do. You want to scout out for weak spots. Often you'll find a wooden wall in the back that hasn't been upgraded. You know, people prioritize certain wall pieces, which makes sense. And you'll notice that not everything's upgraded at the same time. So, as is pretty obvious, this is a somewhat tedious process, and often doesn't get done. So, for example, some of these enemy fortifications, this one they've held for a while, but ones that change hands will often not be upgraded. And you can take advantage of that when attacking it and get an easy entry. So you want to scout it out first. If it's actively defended, you'll send a force to attack the main gate, and then maybe have someone go in behind on the back and burn a wall down, or you can even trebuchet or catapult, a wall down from significant range while they're busy elsewhere. Okay, so the wood has not regenerated, but there is some mortar. I'm gonna have to find out. Bastion need points. I don't know where I would see those. Oh, that's not good. I wasted the points and put it back in the table. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Wait, is there wood in it? Is that why? Okay, no. I wonder if I can see need the points anywhere. I don't believe so. Not that I can remember. Wow, I really haven't been doing much. No. Valley of Death. I should probably do that. But I do want to finish this first. Okay, so we're just going to demonstrate finishing off that tower so you can see its upgraded state. But the goal of this video was to show, for those players who played previous iterations of Gloria Victis but haven't played in this open beta, to show them the difference between the old upgrading system and the new one, and that is this gated system. Good heavens, speaking of gates. Gating system using the limited resources. So you can't, stockpile them and just instantly upgrade everything. It takes time. You have to wait for the table to refill. You have to physically bring the resources to the upgrade point. And as a result, it's perhaps not getting done as often and certainly not as quickly as it was previously. But it is more tied into the skill system with logistics. And it's another thing to do for those people who aren't so interested in combat. Thing to do off hours as well. Yeah, I would like to know how the bastion points are generated, though. If they generate over time, it said that you get them by doing things that are important. Did I go the wrong way? No, I did not. I think it was in this corner. Whoops. No, maybe it wasn't. Definitely wasn't, since I don't recall seeing this area, and there's no wood there, so it was that corner. Sorry, folks. But yes, you get the idea. You have to bring the resources using the transport vehicle from the bastion all the way through all the gates to your destination to complete the upgrade. In my experience, the gate and the corner towers are the most important and the ones you should do first. So once you place in the last resource, you'll get the old upgrade scaffold, but you don't put the resources in this stage because they're already in. You just build it. You can see visually that the corner tower is upgraded, and if I run over to it, I should mention upgrading. Oh, actually, I'm not able to reach it. Excuse me. Oh, okay, maybe I will. Yeah, upgrading is a good source of experience and points and some coin. So here's the ballista. It actually has range on the Mirador. Now, good luck hitting something there, but somewhere at the flag, for example. Not quite, but you get the idea. Now, I'm not sure what goes in here. Ammunition from the materials warehouse. What ammunition? Is this limited now? Doesn't seem to be. I'll have to try and find someone who's experimented with that because I do not know. But yeah, that's the new building system in a nutshell. Pretty interesting. More things to do for those who like to base build and whatnot. You'll notice the wagon's chassis is damaged, hence the different color. This corner I did. So yeah, it's the other corner now. And each transport vehicle has a greater carrying capacity and is of course faster and more robust. There's the other tower. I'm kind of surprised the rate at which the Bastion's materials refilled for Volk Castle, for example, was much more quick than this one. I'm not sure why that is. Points, I think I wasn't necessarily doing more, although you do have more materials to upgrade more things, I suppose, more quickly. If that's what refills the points, I don't really know. The other thing I noticed is that you could potentially not keep bringing the same wagon all the way back. You could get a new wagon by visiting the siege engineer if it were near where you're building, and then just, you know, carry it by placing it, hold the placement interface up, and that might be significantly quicker. Unlike the siege engines like the trebuchet, there is no cost for the transport vehicles. It might be a cooldown of another type. In fact, I suppose I should test that. Let's just do that right now, just for fun. So, what we're doing is we're going to go up to the bastion. Now the gate won't stay open, actually, for me to get there. If I don't close it. Okay, table's empty. Fill the bastion's needs to get more materials. Not sure what that is exactly. Alright, so again, we're going to test this. This gate is going to close. There's the siege engineer. Okay. Ah, you know what? It might actually be possible. If I went quickly, which I didn't. Yeah, if I ran directly or mounted, might have been able to get here before it closed. Yeah, I can't do it. Somebody else could open it for you. I mean, in this case, it's not that far. Sometimes you have to go through multiple gates from the siege engineer. Alright, but yeah, you get the idea. This is the new building system for Gloria Victis for upgrading. Hope this was useful, informative, and as always, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.